3 o'clock on Friday, finally getting back to my car, and now trying to get the rear guide in. Guess what? Out came the vent window, and learning how this went in. I had this one in first. You notice you have the short tab and the long tab. Thought it went like that, like this, short at the top. That was incorrect. So doing it again. This time the larger tab, which sticks it more towards the glass. Okay, so let me get that in and see how it works. So I had it right the first time. The small tab goes on top. Had to take it all apart again, take the glass out, be able to finally get that in, and got the stop in. Let me tighten up these screws here. I'll do those a little tighter when I get my right hand back. Okay, so it's not an easy crank. Maybe we need some lube on some of the parts. But working pretty good. This could come over a little maybe, but I think we're pretty good. We're hitting right here, right there. Wonder why that is. Well, I can see that this is cracked here, which I never noticed in the past. So I need to pull this out, get that lined up with that. I didn't see that, never saw that. And this rubber doesn't go in very good. Kind of all wonky here. That might need to get out and worked on. Oh well. Okay, that's in. Those 4 are in. And I just wanted to make a comment. I really don't know who you are that are watching my videos. So if you could just leave a comment, maybe your name. I'm curious how many of my friends are watching this, people I know, like Danny or Stork or Al, Dick, Bob. It just would make me feel good to know that you guys are watching. So anyway, that was my little blurb. I'm not making any money at this, so it's not like I'm asking you to subscribe and click the like button. I just want to know who you are. So I'll keep plugging away here. Here I'm working on the exterior window seal, I guess you call it. What a pain. So here's the profile. Okay, it has this bump and this zone here that has to go inside and under. Okay, that's what that is. And then the slot goes in here, but just really hard to get in there. I mean, it's a lot better than the other door. Let's go look at that one. Might have to do this one again, because I don't think he's in all the way. I can tell right here he's not in all the way. So that's gonna have to get kind of redone. Go back over here. I mean, it's tedious. It's pushing. I lubed it up. That's what all this grease is. So I got that much to go. This part's good. Feels good. Feels like it's in there, nice and solid. So I'll just keep plugging away here. I know I'll get it, but boy, it's hard on the fingers. Okay, it's in. I have a little bit of a wrinkle here. I'm gonna have to trim that, I guess. And we obviously have a gap here, right there, that water can get in. Maybe this should have overlapped here. Not sure. Definitely a hole. Go look at the other side. Definitely a hole. You know, again, if I was in Seattle, issue. Of course, this is loose. So I might just do some goop here. Get this this flap glued, get that hole filled. I still got to figure out what this hole's for. There's one on both sides. What is that for? Interesting. But like I say, this, I just can't tell if it's in or not. Hate to pull it out. Deal with that later. Let's go back over to this side. Okay. So, yeah, you know, these doors aren't closing like I'd like. They're straight. The gap is pretty good, you know. Pretty good gap there. Pretty good gap along the bottom. They're just hitting on the seal. And maybe over time, that will work itself to where it closes better. Okay, check the other side. Definitely feeling it hitting here, right in there. Because it hits there first. A lot of resistance. Again, if we check the gap is good. Now it's going pretty good. Not too bad. This maybe could have gone that way a little bit or the fender this way, but you know, shit. Excuse my language. 50-year-old car, and had it apart and back together, so I can't complain. And eventually I'll get to the top. That's gonna be fun. Okay, so with the windows in, I guess the next big project is going to be the door panels. And they would have gone in with various clips. I think I have 8 of those left. Yeah, here's 8 of them. So I can do 4 per door. It's not very many. And maybe get some screws in. The trim will go on. door handle will go on, the window crank will go. That's the next big task. So these handles are missing the plastic covers. I could replace these for hundreds of dollars, which I'm not too excited about. I don't know why this is doing that. That's going to rattle. Thought I could make some sort of a cover here. But those are loose, which tells me what? That this rod here, and it's not changing. I might be able to slide the handle that way a little bit. Maybe. Let me try that. So that's not good. Let's go look at the other side. Same thing. Not as bad, but maybe I can put some sort of a bumper back there. And roll the window, close the door, open the handle. It works. Just probably going to rattle. Okay, well, look at that. I mean, that already has relaxed a bit. Nice. And let's try over here, see where we're at. This one I don't think has relaxed yet. Not yet, he still sticks out. But again, it's fairly uniform, which means the door's hung good. Lucky. And we'll just keep it closed for a while. The other thing we're learning is that, or I'm still learning, is that this is a 16-pound cap, and this is maybe a 9-pound cap. So my friend Ryan Bird is having the same issues. So he's researching a new cap. So once he gets it figured out, then we'll decide maybe this one goes here, and we get a new cap for here, vice versa. So he's in the process of figuring that out on his car, which is this one. Okay. And he actually won first place at Solvang, I think, in the Retro Mod division. So that's pretty cool for Ryan. And he's been a big help. Now this is a 1600, has a different grill, has a different mirror, maybe different bumpers. He doesn't have, what I don't recall these things here. Okay, that car doesn't have those. But basically, you know, the same car. And he went with a vinyl top instead of the canvas top. I mean, this thing was $1,000. I think the vinyl was like 600. I kind of like the look of the canvas. What I didn't know is I could have bought a zip out rear window. That would have been nice. Oh well. Boy, I guess I'm just really the thing that's holding me up now is the brakes. And at the end of August, Dean will be back and I can order up the repair bracket that goes here for the master cylinder. And then we can get that back together. Once that's in, I can get the brakes bled. I can get the parking brake adjusted. And I still need a gas cap. Need a gas cap. Dirty. And I bought the wrong screws for the cowling for the steering. Should have taken that with me. And we'll be going to town here not too long, so I'll get those screws. But, you know, I don't want to put that all together yet anyway because I'm waiting on the master cylinder. So, kind of not necessarily on a standstill because I can do the doors, finish the door panels. So I think that's next on the list. Looking like a car, isn't it? Of course, you've all seen this many times, but I still amaze myself. Pretty cool. I think I'll take these covers off just for fun because I'm not in there. Get a chance to look at my car in awe. I suppose I could put the hood on. I guess there's no reason not to. Maybe we'll do that next. Maybe this weekend I'll get the hood on. Why not, huh? I mean, I like looking at the engine, but it's kind of waiting. If I have to, you know, move wires, hood's in the way. What's the rush? What's the rush? And I don't have an antenna. And I'm not going to use the radio, so maybe I will just take the mount and do something there to get that sealed up. I don't think this car is ever going to have an antenna. And I can't find my wiper blades. They're somewhere. But as usual, I've misplaced them. And I've looked and looked. They'll show up. It might be nice to put a coat of wax on the car. Kind of wipe her down and get some wax on it. So anyway, it's kind of a bad video, walking around, jabbering. So, getting there. So we're off to a potluck here at 6 o'clock in town. So, I think I'm going to quit and get cleaned up, and there you go.